The big business of energy for the EV industry. The energy and electric vehicle industries are becoming more and more integrated as they both change to meet the needs of sustainability and technological advancement. There are various significant developments and trends that define this relationship. In this video, we will highlight some of them. Number 6. Growing demand for energy storage. The need for large-scale energy storage systems is growing as the switch to renewable energy sources quickens. By 2027, it is anticipated that the market for grid-scale battery storage would have grown to $15 billion, primarily due to regulations in Germany and California that require the storage of sufficient amounts of energy in conjunction with the production of renewable energy. The need for effective and dependable energy storage solutions has grown as the globe shifts to a future with more sustainable energy sources. In this transition, grid-scale battery storage systems are essential because they enable the distribution and storage of excess energy produced from renewable sources during periods of high demand. The market for grid-scale battery storage is expected to reach $15 billion by 2027, demonstrating the substantial effort and dedication to establishing a reliable and resilient energy system. Germany and California are leading the way in enacting laws requiring a minimum amount of storage capacity to be combined with the production of renewable energy. With this strategy, the unpredictability and intermittency of renewable energy sources are lessened, resulting in a more steady and dependable supply of electricity. Leading companies in this trend are Tesla, whose megapack systems are engineered to store energy for later redistribution in the event of a decrease in solar output. Moving toward a more sustainable energy future and enabling the widespread adoption of renewable energy require the development and implementation of these massive energy storage solutions. Number 5. Electric vehicles as energy storage solutions. Energy management systems are increasingly dependent on electric vehicles. Electric vehicles can become mobile energy storage units by returning electricity to the grid thanks to technologies like vehicle-to-grid. It is anticipated that this capacity will increase dramatically, with the V2G market expected to surpass €5 billion by 2024. The potential of electric vehicles as energy storage solutions is being recognized more and more as their adoption rate rises. With the help of vehicle-to-grid technology, electric vehicles can become mobile energy storage units by being able to both draw and return power from the grid. Because of this two-way flow of electricity, EVs can improve the energy grid's overall resilience and stability. The market for V2G is anticipated to grow significantly. Estimates suggest that by 2024, it will surpass €5 billion. The total amount of storage that electric vehicles can offer increases as more people convert to using them. By the 2040s, EVs are predicted to contribute more than 30 TW of storage capacity, providing utilities with an affordable way to balance supply and demand. This is especially crucial when managing the unpredictability of renewable energy sources, since EVs can mitigate generation variations and guarantee a more steady flow of power. An important chance to maximize the use of energy resources and assist the shift to a more sustainable energy future is the integration of electric vehicles into energy management systems via V2G technology. Number 4. Battery demand and recycling. Forecasts indicate that over the next 10 years, the amount of batteries needed for EVs will increase tenfold, creating a massive demand for batteries. A strong recycling framework is required to properly manage end-of-life batteries in light of this surge. The need for batteries is predicted to increase rapidly as the market for electric vehicles expands. Forecasts indicate that EV battery requirements will increase tenfold over the next 10 years. This increase in demand emphasizes how crucial it is to create a thorough recycling framework in order to properly manage end-of-life batteries. As markets in Europe and the US expand, investment in recycling technologies will become essential to guarantee a sustainable supply chain for battery materials. At the moment, recycling capacity is mainly concentrated in China. There are various reasons why it is essential to handle end-of-life batteries properly. Firstly, it assists in mitigating the ecological consequences of battery disposal by averting the discharge of hazardous substances into the surroundings. Second, recycling makes it possible to recover precious elements that can be used again to make new batteries, such as nickel, cobalt, and lithium. This closed-loop system guarantees a more sustainable supply chain for the electric vehicle industry and helps to reduce the reliance on virgin materials. The EV industry and legislators must give top priority to the creation of strong recycling infrastructure and technologies as the demand for batteries rises. This will help the energy transition become more sustainable overall and boost the growth of the EV market. Number 3. Strategic partnerships and innovations. In order to improve their EV offerings and incorporate renewable energy sources into their operations, major automotive companies are increasingly forming strategic partnerships with energy firms. As an illustration of a wider trend where automakers are realizing the value of energy management in their business models, Tesla's energy division seeks to match the size of its automotive business. Major automakers are realizing that in order to improve their products and incorporate renewable energy sources into their operations, they must work together with energy companies as the electric vehicle market grows. As both sectors realize the opportunities and synergies at their intersection, these strategic partnerships are growing more frequent. Tesla's energy division, which strives to match the scale of its automotive business, is one noteworthy example. This is indicative of a larger industry trend where automakers are realizing how important energy management is to their business strategies. These businesses can use knowledge, assets, and technological know-how to create more complete and integrated solutions for their clients by collaborating with energy companies. These collaborations make it possible to develop cutting-edge goods and services that combine the advantages of the energy and automotive industries. For example, automakers can provide their customers with the option to use renewable energy produced by their energy partners' solutions to power their electric vehicles. For the participating companies, this not only improves the sustainability of the EV ecosystem, but also opens up new revenue streams and opportunities for customer interaction. More strategic alliances and innovations should surface as the EV market develops because it is becoming increasingly clear that the future of energy and mobility are inextricably intertwined. Number 2. Increasing investments in EV and battery manufacturing. A strong commitment to the electrification of transportation is evident in the recent sharp increase in global spending on electric vehicles and battery manufacturing. Over $275 billion in EV and battery investment announcements have been made just in 2022 and 2023, with about $190 billion of this total already committed. This unprecedented level of investment fosters innovation and competition within the industry, while also bolstering confidence in the shift to electric mobility. In response to the growing demand for electric vehicles, which is being driven by rising consumer interest and government incentives aimed at lowering carbon emissions, major manufacturers are increasing their production capacity. New difficulties are brought about by this expansion, though, especially as major markets such as the US and the EU enact industrial policies that mandate local content. These regulations seek to encourage domestic production and lessen dependency on overseas supply chains, which will affect how battery and electric vehicle producers formulate their long-term plans. The EV industry is positioned for a transformative future as companies navigate these changing landscapes by prioritizing sustainable practices, technological advancements, and efficient production methods. Number 1. Importance of charging infrastructure rollout. The accessibility and availability of charging infrastructure is critical to the successful adoption of electric vehicles. Decarbonizing road transportation requires easy access to public charging stations because it reduces consumer range anxiety and promotes wider EV adoption. For example, in order to meet its aggressive CO2 reduction targets by 2030, the European Union mandates an 8-fold increase in the annual installation of charging points. Nevertheless, the rate at which charging infrastructure is being implemented is not keeping up with the EV market's explosive growth. This disparity makes building the infrastructure required to support an expanding fleet of electric vehicles extremely difficult. In order to guarantee fair access to charging infrastructure for all communities, including underserved areas, the government must continue to support these efforts through regulations, fiscal policies, and incentives. In order to ensure that charging stations are strategically placed to satisfy the needs of EV users, public-private partnerships can also be extremely important in expediting the deployment of these facilities. Governments and industry stakeholders can create an environment that encourages the widespread adoption of electric vehicles and ultimately contributes to a more sustainable transportation ecosystem by making the development of a comprehensive and easily accessible charging network a top priority. There is a lot of room for innovation and expansion where the energy and EV sectors converge. Electric vehicles' ability to store energy and manage the grid will be essential in facilitating the shift to a sustainable energy future as they become more common. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.